What the hell was that?
Did anyone else just get a random video from some Tim Cheese account?
Yep. And why the brain rot account name?
Okay, but the animation quality was actually kind of cracked.
Hold up. Who even is Tim Cheese? None of us know this person, right?
Maybe it's the cafeteria guy finally snapping after serving us mystery meat for years.
This has to be some kind of freaky initiation ritual. We're all new to the school, remember?
Initiation for what, though?
Did everyone actually watch the whole thing?
I couldn't finish it. That creature looked genuinely distressed when it got fired.
Bro, it's literally a cartoon. Purple aliens don't have feelings anyway.
But what if it's not just a cartoon? What if someone recorded something real and made it look animated?
You're being paranoid, though I have to admit the production value was impressive. Whoever made this knows what they're doing.
The warning at the beginning was pretty intense though, no? Disturbing images, flickering lights, and loud noises. Sounds like they're taking it seriously.
Why would someone just randomly send us horror content, though?
Maybe our boy, Tim Cheese, thinks we look like we need some excitement in our lives. Poor purple guy, though, getting fired via text and all that. That's rougher than getting dumped over Snapchat.
The way it just sighed when it saw those messages, actually kind of heartbreaking for a cartoon.
See, that's what I'm talking about. The emotions felt too real.
Okay. Everyone slow down. We need to figure out what this actually is before we start theorizing. Could be an ARG or viral marketing thing.
An ARG makes sense. Alternate reality games always start with random, mysterious content.
Or maybe it's just some film student trying to go viral. Upload some crazy stuff to random group chats and see what happens.
Film students wish they could make something this polished. This looked professionally animated.
Ava, can you do that tech thing you do? Trace where it came from or whatever?
Already on it. Give me a few minutes to check the metadata.
What if we're not supposed to be investigating this? What if watching it was enough?
Enough for what? You think the cartoon police are gonna come for us?
Let him be paranoid, Dan. Someone needs to balance out your constant joking.
Everyone just chill while Ava works. First, we trace the source, then we decide if it's worth pursuing.
This is weird, guys.
What did you find?
Nothing. Literally nothing. No creation timestamp, no upload history, no digital fingerprint.
That's impossible. Every file has metadata.
Not this one. It's like it just materialized in our chat.
See, I told you something was wrong with this.
Or Tim Cheese is just better at covering tracks than we thought.
Why would someone go through that much trouble for a random video, though? Unless it's not random?
You have another idea?
Yeah, maybe we were specifically chosen. Maybe Tim Cheese knows us somehow.
But none of us recognize the name. And I checked all our social media. No mutual friends, no connection I can find.
Plot twist. Tim Cheese is actually the principal trying to scare us into not beating up that Richard freak.
This isn't funny anymore, dude. Something about that video felt extremely off. I get it's just an animation, but the way that creature moved, the way it breathed when it saw those messages, doesn't it at least feel like it was created based on something real?
You're reading too much into it. Good animation includes realistic details.
Yeah, Reese. You're gonna give yourself nightmares.
Actually, guys, Reese might have a point about something feeling off. I've been analyzing the video quality.
And?
The lighting is too consistent for amateur work, and the sound design is professional grade. This isn't some kid messing around with free software.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying that whoever made this has some serious resources behind them, and serious skills.
Which brings us back to the question, why send it to us?
Maybe we won the creepy video lottery.
Or maybe we're being tested. Maybe this Tim Cheese fellow wants to see how we react.
Tested for what, though?
I don't know, but I have a bad feeling about this whole thing.
Your bad feelings aside, I kind of want to see more. If this is part of something bigger.
Same here.
Everyone save the video locally and keep track of anything else Tim Cheese sends.
What if we don't want anything else? What if we just block the account and move on?
Are you serious right now? This is the most intriguing thing that's happened since we started at this school.
Plus, blocking unknown accounts is for quitters.
We can always block later if things get too crazy. But right now, I'm curious about what this is really all about.
It's settled then. We stick together and see where this goes.
Yeah, and besides, what's the worst that could happen? Tim Cheese sends us more free entertainment?
Dan, please don't jinx us.
Let's just see what happens next. If anything happens next...
Officer Abel, this is Linda Patterson. I need to file a missing person report.
It's pretty late. Are you sure your son isn't just staying over somewhere?
No, he always calls. Always. Johnny was supposed to be home from work 3 hours ago.
Where does he work?
TechFlow Solutions downtown. He's a programmer there, works late sometimes, but never this late without calling.
Have you tried contacting his workplace?
Nobody's answering. I even drove by the building. His car is still in the parking lot, but the office is completely dark.
That is concerning. Let me get some details and I'll send someone to check on the building.
Thank you, officer. I know something's wrong. A mother knows these things.
Can you describe what Johnny was wearing today?
Black jeans, blue button-down shirt. He has dark hair and glasses. 23 years old.
Any distinguishing marks or tattoos?
Small scar on his left hand from when he was little, and he always carries his laptop bag. Never goes anywhere without it.
I'm dispatching units to check the building now, and I'll put out a bolo for Johnny.
Bolo?
Be on the lookout. All our officers will have his description.
What if something terrible happened? What if someone hurt him?
Let's not jump to conclusions, Mrs. Patterson. Most missing person cases resolve within 24 hours.
But his car being there and the office being empty, that's not normal.
You're right, it's not. That's why we're taking this seriously. I'll personally follow up with you in a few hours.
Thank you, officer. I'll be awake and waiting.
Try to get some rest if you can, and call immediately if you hear from Johnny.
Yo, you get my text about TechFlow?
Yeah, just finished with the mother. What did you find at the building?
Well, the kid's workstation looks like he left in a hurry. Computer's still on, and the coffee is still warm, but no sign of struggle or anything.
Security cameras?
That's the slightly crazy part. Cameras show him entering at 8 a.m., but never show him leaving.
Equipment malfunction?
No, the cameras work fine. They show other employees coming and going all day, just not Johnny.
That doesn't make sense. People don't just vanish from buildings.
His computer screen was still displaying some kind of messaging app. Looked like he got fired right before disappearing.
Fired? His mother said he worked late but never mentioned any job problems.
Messages were from someone called Boss. That's a pretty harsh termination. All caps telling him he was fired and giving last warnings.
Did you talk to his actual boss?
Yeah, his supervisor says Johnny was a model employee. No performance issues, no disciplinary problems, and he definitely wasn't being fired.
So who sent those messages?
No idea. IT department is looking into it, but they're stumped. Messages came from inside their system, but nobody knows how.
This is getting complicated fast.
You think we should call in detectives?
Let's give it until morning. Maybe he'll turn up.
His car keys and wallet were still at his desk. How does someone leave a building without those things?
I don't know, Fredericks, but we'll figure it out.
Should I stay here overnight in case something happens?
Good idea. I'll coordinate with his mother and family. Keep me posted if anything changes.
Will do.
What am I gonna do now?
Holy crap, did everyone just see that?
John Pork is calling. What kind of name is John Pork?
Did you guys notice the creature's hands when it declined the call?
Yeah, 3 fingers. Pretty consistent character design from the first video.
Bro really said not a great time for some spam calls. Imagine getting spam called by a pig.
The panic, though. That thing was genuinely terrified of that phone call.
3-fingered hands. I've read about cryptid sightings with that exact detail.
Here we go with the cryptid theories again.
Wait, let me reverse search that profile picture of the pig face John Pork used.
Good thinking. If it's a stock image, then we might trace the source.
The way they animated the phone falling off the desk was incredibly realistic, like the physics of it. Most amateur animators would mess that up.
Seriously though, 3 fingers is specific. There were sightings in Oregon last year. Witnesses described humanoid creatures with exactly 3 fingers.
Oregon's probably where they filmed this then. Case solved, we can all go home now.
Guys, this is kinda mad, but the John Pork profile picture returns literally 0 results.
0?
Nothing on Google Images, TinEye, or any reverse search engine. It's like this image was created specifically for this video.
That actually makes sense for original content. If someone's making an ARG, they'd create unique assets.
Or if they're documenting something real, the images would be unique too.
Meme potential is through the roof here.
Dan, can you be serious for like 5 minutes?
This is me being serious. Comedy is how I process stuff.
The creature said, "What am I gonna do now?" After the phone call, like it knew John Pork calling meant something bad.
Maybe John Pork is connected to the firing somehow. Like the creature lost its job and now John Pork is coming for it.
But why send these videos to us specifically? There has to be a reason that we're the audience.
What if Tim Cheese is testing different groups, seeing who engages with the content and how they react?
Testing us for what, though?
Maybe to see who believes it's real versus who thinks it's fake, like separating people into categories.
Category 1. Normal people who recognize cartoons. Category 2. Reese.
Actually, Dan makes a point without meaning to. What if our reactions are being monitored somehow?
You think Tim Cheese can see our chat?
Let's assume he can't, but be careful what we say anyway, just in case.
What if John Pork represents some kind of hunter, and these creatures are being hunted down?
Hunted by a pig-faced debt collector, sure.
Everyone save this video too. And Dan, make more memes if you want, but also pay attention to details.
I am paying attention, my guy. I just express it differently than you paranoid types.
Fair enough. Your memes actually highlight important moments anyway, I guess.
So, our current theories are ARG, viral marketing, or
Real documentation of something happening to these unknown creatures.
Or just really good entertainment from Tim Cheese.
We'll know more when the next video comes. If there is a next video,
Dude, what's going on with you lately? Mom said you've been acting weird, staying up all night, jumping at random sounds. She's worried about you.
I'm fine. Just got into some new content online.
What kind of content? You're being all secretive about it.
It's nothing serious. Just some videos with my friends.
Dylan, I've known you your whole life. This isn't just videos. You look genuinely scared sometimes.
Scared of what?
That's what I'm asking you. Yesterday you wouldn't go in the basement alone. Yet, you live in that basement during horror movie marathons.
That was different.
Different how?
Look, there's this person sending us these really well-made horror videos, and they're just intense.
Show me.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Why not? If they're just videos, what's the harm?
Because they're not just videos. There's something off about them. Something that makes them feel real even though they can't be.
Dylan, you're scaring me now. This doesn't sound healthy.
It's not unhealthy. We're investigating, trying to figure out what they are.
Who's we?
My friends from school, Ava, Reese, Kayla, and Dan.
Are they acting weird too?
Define weird.
Like you are. Paranoid, jumpy, obsessed with something online.
We're not obsessed. We're curious.
There's a difference?
Yes, obsession is unhealthy. Curiosity is normal.
Normal curiosity doesn't keep you awake at 3 a.m. Mom heard you talking to yourself last night.
I was on voice chat with the group.
About what?
Theories about who's making the videos and why.
Dylan, listen to yourself. You're spending all your free time analyzing random internet videos. That's not normal teenage behavior.
Since when are you an expert on normal teenage behavior? You spent your entire sophomore year convinced that the cafeteria was poisoning students.
That was different, and I was wrong about that. But this feels bigger somehow.
Bigger?
Look, just promise me that you'll be careful, and if things get too intense, then you'll talk to someone.
Like who?
Like Mom, or a counselor, or me. Anyone other than your online friends who are just as deep into this as you are.
We're not deep into anything. We're just watching videos and talking about them.
Right. Just remember, real life is more important than internet mysteries.
Officer Eibel, this is Marcus Webb from TechFlow.
Yes, we spoke yesterday about Johnny Patterson.
Right. I wanted to follow up about something strange. I've been thinking about what I saw that night.
What did you see exactly?
I was working late in the adjacent cubicle. Around 9 p.m., I saw Johnny talking to someone.
Someone was in the office with him?
Not exactly in the office. It looked like he was talking to his computer screen, but like he was having a conversation with someone.
Video call?
That's what I thought at first. But when I looked closer, it didn't seem like a normal call interface.
Can you describe what you saw?
The person on his screen was wearing something over their face, like a mask or costume. Looked almost like a pig head.
A pig head?
I know it sounds crazy, but Johnny seemed really agitated talking to whoever it was. He kept saying things like, "Go away and leave me alone."
Did you hear the other person responding?
No, just Johnny's side of the conversation, but he looked terrified, more scared than I've ever seen anyone.
What happened after that?
I went to get coffee from the break room. When I came back maybe 10 minutes later, Johnny was gone. His computer was still on, but he wasn't there.
Did you see him leave?
No, and that's the weird part. I would have seen him walk past my cubicle to get to the exit, but I never saw him go.
Are there other ways out of the building?
Emergency exits, but those have trigger alarms on them, and security says no alarms went off that night.
So Johnny just vanished from his desk?
Seems that way, but there's something else.
What?
After he disappeared, his computer screen started showing some kind of app, like a radar or tracking program. It was showing decreasing distances.
Distances to what?
I couldn't tell, but the numbers kept getting smaller, and there was this pounding sound coming from somewhere in the building.
Pounding sound?
Like someone knocking on doors really hard. It got louder and louder. That's when I decided to leave.
You left without checking on Johnny?
I was scared, officer.
Christ. Did you at least tell security about any of this?
I tried, but the security guard said he didn't hear any pounding, and there's no record of anyone else being in the building.
But you saw someone on Johnny's screen.
That's what I thought I saw, yes. But now I'm questioning everything.
Why are you questioning it?
Because security footage shows Johnny's cubicle was empty after 8:30 p.m., but I swear I saw him there until at least 9:15.
The timestamps could be wrong.
Maybe, but there's another thing bothering me.
What's that?
The person in the pig mask on his screen. I keep feeling like I've seen that image before somewhere, but I can't remember where.
Officer Eibel, I'm taking over the Patterson case.
Detective Fido? Why is a detective being assigned?
Because this isn't just a simple missing person anymore. We've got security footage anomalies from 3 different businesses on that block.
What kind of anomalies?
Digital glitches all occurring at the same time that Johnny disappeared, 9:15 p.m. exactly.
Equipment malfunction?
That's what I thought initially, but the glitches are too coordinated, and they only affect the cameras facing TechFlow.
That's oddly specific.
Very specific. I've sent the footage to our tech analysis unit.
What do the glitches show?
Static, mostly. But if you enhance the frames right before the static hits, you can see a figure approaching the TechFlow building.
Can you identify the figure?
Not clearly, but they appear to be wearing something over their head, something large and rounded.
Like a mask?
Possibly. The witness from TechFlow mentioned seeing someone in a pig mask.
So there might be a connection.
I think there's definitely a connection.
Not a great time for some spam calls, sorry.
Okay, that was actually kind of sad.
The way it swiped to decline the call, you could feel the desperation.
3 fingers again. And did you notice how it said, not a great time for some spam calls?
It's treating John Pork like a telemarketer, but clearly knows it's something much worse.
Poor purple guy can't even get peace from spam calls. Although I gotta admit, declining calls from pig-faced weirdos is probably the right move.
The production quality is still insane. Every detail looks professionally done.
I tried tracing that phone number shown in the video, the one that John Pork was calling from.
And?
It's completely disconnected, but not just disconnected. The number was never assigned to any carrier, ever.
How is that possible?
It's not supposed to be possible. Every phone number has to go through a telecommunications authority, but this one exists in no database anywhere.
Maybe it's not a real phone number. Maybe it's something else entirely.
Like what, an interdimensional pig hotline?
Actually, Dan, that's not as crazy as it sounds. I've been researching pig-masked figures. There are urban legends going back to the 1970s.
Before the internet?
Way before the internet. Small-town newspapers in rural areas. Reports of people in pig masks approaching homes at night.
Approaching homes to do what?
The reports always end the same way. The person who saw the pig-masked figure disappears within 24 hours.
Convenient that they disappear before they can give more details, huh? Almost like the stories are made up or something.
But if these stories predate the internet, how would Tim Cheese know about them to include in these videos?
Maybe Tim Cheese is connected to those older incidents somehow.
I've been looking into found footage horror psychology, specifically how realistic content affects viewer behavior.
What did you find?
The more realistic something appears, the more it bypasses critical thinking. Even when viewers know it's fiction, the brain still processes it as a potential reality. It's called the uncanny valley effect for video content.
So these videos are designed to mess with our heads?
Intentionally or not, yes. The hyper-realistic animation combined with mundane settings, it creates cognitive dissonance.
Cognitive dissonance sounds like something Reese would get diagnosed with. Speaking of diagnosis, anyone else think that creature would look better with its head removed?
Dan, what the hell?
What? I'm just saying the purple skin would probably peel off nicely. Like peeling paint, but meatier.
Dude, that's really disturbing.
Everything about these videos is disturbing. I'm just being honest about it.
There's a difference between acknowledging disturbing content and fantasizing about violence.
I'm not fantasizing, I'm just observing. The creature's anatomy looks interesting from a dissection standpoint.
Dan, you're scaring me now.
Good. Fear keeps you alert. Alert keeps you alive when the pig-masked freaks come calling.
Maybe you should take a break from these videos.
Why would I take a break? This is the most fun I've had in months. Watching that pathetic creature squirm and panic. It's therapeutic.
That's not a normal reaction, Dan.
Normal is overrated. Besides, it's just a cartoon, right? Can't hurt a cartoon.
Dylan, we need to talk.
Katie, how did you get my number?
I got it from Sam. He's worried about you and your friends.
We're fine.
No, you're not. The whole school is talking about you guys.
Talking about us how?
About how you're all obsessed with some creepy videos. And how Dan's been making really disturbing jokes in class. Like seriously disturbing.
Dan's always made dark jokes, though?
Not like this. Yesterday, he drew a picture of someone being skinned alive. And when the teacher asked about it, He said he was inspired by research.
That's probably just...
Just what, Dylan? Normal teenage behavior?
We're working on something. It's complicated.
I know what you're working on. Everyone knows. Some person called Tim Cheese is sending your group disturbing videos. Recognize this profile picture?
How do you know about Tim Cheese?
Because other students are getting the videos too now. It's spreading. Tim Cheese isn't just targeting your group anymore. Kids in my AP history class got videos yesterday. Videos of the same purple creature but different scenarios.
Different scenarios?
Yeah, and they're getting worse. More violent and much more disturbing. And every kid who watches them starts acting strange.
Strange how?
Like you and your friends. Obsessed, paranoid, staying up all night analyzing every detail.
We're not obsessed.
Dylan, Ava hasn't been to her last 3 chemistry classes. Reese keeps talking about cryptids during lunch. Kayla wrote a paper about psychological manipulation for English that was so disturbing, the teacher sent her to the counselor.
And Dan?
Dan's the worst. He's been showing people screenshots from your videos, making memes about violence and death. The teachers are starting to notice.
We can handle our own situation.
Can you though? Because from the outside, it looks like you're all falling apart.
We're investigating something important.
Or you're being manipulated by someone who knows exactly how to get into teenagers' heads.
That's not...
Dylan, please. Just consider the possibility that this Tim Cheese person is targeting students specifically, and that you and your friends are the test subjects.
Test subjects for what?
I don't know, but whatever it is, it's working.
Principal Tompkins, we need to schedule a meeting.
Dr. Era, good morning. What's the urgency?
I've had 12 students referred to me this week, all presenting similar symptoms.
What kind of symptoms?
Anxiety, insomnia, obsessive behavior, and they're all connected to online content consumption.
Social media addiction?
More specific than that, they're all fixated on what they call Tim Cheese videos.
Tim Cheese?
Some kind of horror content being distributed through private messages. The students who've seen these videos are exhibiting concerning behavioral changes.
What kind of changes?
Withdrawal from normal activities, difficulty concentrating in class. Some are reporting nightmares and intrusive thoughts.
Have you seen these videos yourself?
The students are reluctant to share them. They claim the videos are not meant for adults. But from their descriptions, the content involves animated violence and psychological manipulation.
Should we be involving parents?
I think so, especially since the behavior patterns suggest possible predatory targeting.
Predatory?
The videos seem designed to create dependency and obsession. Classic grooming techniques adapted for digital distribution.
That's a serious accusation.
I'm aware, but the psychological profiles are consistent with manipulation victims.
What do you recommend?
Parent notifications immediately, and possibly involving law enforcement if we can establish that minors are being deliberately targeted.
I'll draft a letter to parents today.
There's something else too.
What?
One of the affected students mentioned that the videos contain phone numbers and addresses, real-world information mixed in with the fictional content.
Information about what?
I don't know yet, but if someone is using horror content to distribute personal information about community members...
That's harassment at minimum.
Or stalking, or worse.
Jesus Christ.
Did everyone see that distance counter? 456,344 kilometers down to 0 kilometers in like 30 seconds.
Surely that's impossible. That would require teleportation.
Unless it's not measuring physical distance.
What else could it be measuring?
Digital proximity, maybe? Network connections, IP routing, something like that.
The way it just went to 0, though, and then that pounding sound started. I'm not making jokes about this one, guys.
Dan not making jokes is more terrifying than the actual video.
Ava, can you try to recreate that pork radar app? See if it's based on something real?
Already trying, but I can't find any app with that interface in any store. iOS, Android, even obscure Linux repositories, nothing.
What if the distance measurements are real coordinates, like actual GPS data?
Real how?
I did some calculations based on the starting distance. 456,344 kilometers puts the starting point roughly at lunar distance. But if we work backwards from the final location being 0 kilometers...
The final location would be wherever that creature was.
Which is where exactly?
Based on the decreasing measurements and the time intervals, somewhere within a 50-mile radius of here.
Here as in our city?
Our city, our state, possibly our neighborhood.
That's not funny anymore. That's actually terrifying.
I've been researching tracking applications. There are ways to monitor people without their consent.
Legal ways?
Some legal, some very illegal. Stalking apps, parental monitoring software, law enforcement tracking tools, and some darker applications.
Darker how?
Applications used by traffickers to monitor victims, or by abusers to track former partners. The technology exists to track someone in real time without their knowledge.
But this pork radar app doesn't exist in any legitimate marketplace, which means if it's real, it's being distributed through illegal channels.
Or it's custom-built software made specifically for hunting these creatures.
Hunting? Why did you use that word?
Because that's what this feels like. A hunting app designed to track and locate specific targets.
But the targets are purple alien creatures that probably don't exist.
Probably.
Uh-oh.
What?
While researching tracking apps, I discovered that several missing person cases involve people who were using location-based applications, dating apps, social media check-ins, fitness trackers.
Correlation or causation?
Unknown, but the pattern is consistent. People share their location through an app, then disappear within 24 hours.
That could just be a coincidence.
Or it could be exactly what we're watching happen to purple creatures, except the missing people aren't purple. They're real.
What if the purple creatures represent real people? What if the videos are metaphorical?
Metaphorical how?
The creatures represent victims. John Pork represents the predator, and Tim Cheese is documenting actual crimes through animated reenactments.
That's a pretty dark theory, Reese.
But it explains why the videos feel so real, because they're based on real events.
If that's true, then we're watching documentation of murders.
And we're just sitting here analyzing them like entertainment. That's really messed up.
We should consider contacting the authorities.
And tell them what? That we think animated videos might be connected to real crimes?
When you put it like that, it sounds pretty damn crazy to me.
Crazy doesn't mean wrong, though. Sometimes crazy is just an early recognition of something terrible.
Dylan, you still up?
Yeah, why?
I'm working security at the Meridian office complex downtown. Something kinda insane is happening here.
Weird how?
There's this abandoned office building across the street. Been empty for like 2 years, but tonight there are sounds coming from inside.
What kind of sounds?
Beeping. Like radar or sonar. Really rhythmic, getting faster and faster.
Could be a smoke detector with a dying battery.
No, this is different. It's electronic, but purposeful, like tracking equipment.
Why are you telling me this?
Because you're into creepy internet stuff, right? This feels like something from one of those conspiracy videos.
Alex, where exactly is this building?
Corner of 5th and Industrial. Why?
Just curious. How long have the sounds been going on?
Started about an hour ago. But here's the really weird part.
What?
The building has been boarded up since 2022. No electricity, no water. Completely condemned. But the sounds are definitely electronic.
Could someone be inside illegally?
Maybe, but the boards look undisturbed, and there's no way to get power to electronic equipment.
Unless they brought portable equipment.
That's what I'm thinking. But who breaks into an abandoned building to run radar equipment?
I don't know. Are you going to investigate?
Hell no. I'm security for the building across the street. Not a detective, but I might call the police if it keeps up.
Maybe you should.
Yeah, probably. This whole thing gives me the creeps. The beeping sounds almost like it's tracking something. Or someone.
No.
That knocking sound.
The message on the screen saying, "Open your door."
We need to stop watching these. Right, now. I'm serious.
Dan's right. That was way too much of a step up.
The way the door just opened at the end, and that figure in the pig mask standing there.
Did anyone else notice the pounding rhythm? 3 quick knocks, pause, 2 knocks, pause, repeat.
Why does that matter?
Because I've been following missing person reports. Multiple witnesses described hearing that exact knocking pattern right before people in their neighborhoods disappeared.
You're saying the knocking sounds are real?
I'm saying they match audio reports from police files.
Police files? Reese, what the hell have you been researching?
Public records, missing person reports, police scanner transcripts. The knocking pattern appears in at least 6 different cases.
I'm trying to identify where that door scene was filmed. There were some architectural details visible when the door opened.
Like what?
Brick pattern on the building across the street, streetlight design, sidewalk material. If I can match these to real locations.
The open your door command is a classic psychological manipulation technique. It creates false compliance through repetition and authority.
False compliance?
Making victims feel like they have to obey commands even if they're from unknown sources. It's used in phone scams, online predator tactics, and cult recruitment.
Why would someone use that in a horror video, though?
Unless it's not just a horror video, or it's conditioning viewers to respond to similar commands.
Conditioning us? For what?
For when someone shows up at our doors.
That's it, I'm done. I don't want to see any more of these videos, and I don't want to talk about them anymore.
Dan, Wait.
No, Dylan. This started as fun, creepy content. Now we're talking about psychological conditioning and real missing people. I didn't sign up for this level of terrifying.
None of us signed up for this. Tim Cheese chose us, remember?
The question is why? Why our specific group?
Maybe because we're the type to investigate instead of just dismissing it. Maybe because we're curious enough to keep watching.
Or maybe because we're isolated enough that no one would believe us if we tried to report it.
Report what exactly? Animated videos that might be connected to real crimes? Who's gonna take that seriously?
The architectural analysis is proving more difficult than expected. The image quality is high, but the angles are deliberately obscured.
Deliberately?
Yeah. Like someone wanted to show enough detail to make it feel real, but not enough detail to identify the actual location.
That's sophisticated production planning, not something an amateur would think to do.
Unless the amateur is getting professional guidance, or unless the amateur is actually a professional pretending to be amateur.
I keep thinking about that pounding sound. What if someone's watching our reactions to see how scared we get?
Watching us how?
I don't know, but think about it. Tim Cheese sends us videos designed to create specific psychological responses. Maybe our reactions are being monitored and analyzed.
For what purpose, though?
To see which of us would be most susceptible to actually opening our doors when the real knocking starts.
That's paranoid thinking, Dan.
Is it though? Or is it pattern recognition?
We should probably take a break from analyzing these, at least for tonight.
Taking a break won't make the videos stop coming, and it won't make the missing people come back.
But it might keep us sane, which seems pretty important right now.
Officer Eibel, multiple reports of disturbances in residential areas.
What kind of disturbances?
Residents reporting loud knocking on doors. Pattern seems to be 3 knocks, pause, 2 knocks, pause, repeat.
Time frame?
Started approximately 30 minutes ago. Calls coming in from Maple Street, Oak Avenue, and Industrial District.
Any visual confirmation of suspects?
Negative. Residents report hearing the knocking, but seeing no one when they check.
How many reports so far?
17 and counting.
All from different addresses?
Confirmed. And here's the strange part.
What?
The timing is almost simultaneous across all locations. Like someone is coordinating multiple people to knock on doors at the same time.
Or it's a prank coordinated through social media?
Possibly. But the residents are genuinely frightened. Some are refusing to open their doors even to police.
I'll start with the Maple Street reports.
Copy that. Be advised, some residents mentioned seeing figures in masks.
What kind of masks?
Animal masks, specifically pig-like faces.
That's specific.
Very specific. And concerning given recent missing person patterns.
Principal Tompkins, we have an emergency situation on our hands.
What's happening, Dr. Era?
I've had 23 students report to the nurse's office today, all claiming to hear knocking sounds that aren't there.
Auditory hallucinations?
That's what I initially thought. But the descriptions are too consistent across different students. 3 knocks, pause, 2 knocks, pause, repeat.
The same pattern?
Exactly the same. And they all mention hearing these sounds after watching Tim Cheese videos.
We discussed this earlier.
It's escalating rapidly. Students are refusing to go home. They're scared of being alone in their houses.
What are they afraid of?
They believe someone is going to show up at their doors. Someone in a pig mask who will make them disappear. Recent reports have shown images like this popping up on people's phones.
My word. And these are based on fictional videos?
Principal Tompkins, I don't think these videos are entirely fictional anymore. I contacted 3 parents today whose children are affected. All 3 families reported actual knocking at their homes last night, with the same pattern the students have been hearing.
Coincidence?
23 students experiencing identical auditory hallucinations. 3 families reporting matching real-world experiences. At some point, coincidence becomes improbable.
You think someone is deliberately targeting our students?
I think someone is using psychological manipulation techniques through digital media to create predictable behavioral responses in adolescence.
For what purpose?
I don't know yet, but the pattern suggests grooming behavior, building fear, then dependency, then compliance.
Should we involve law enforcement?
I already contacted Officer Eibel. Apparently, they're dealing with related incidents throughout the city.
Related how?
Missing persons, disturbing phone calls, reports of masked individuals, all connected to this Tim Cheese content.
This is bigger than just our school, then?
Much bigger, and I'm afraid it's just getting started.
Who are you? Go away. I'm gonna call the police.
I think I'm going to be sick.
The way John Pork just appeared on that TV screen, naked and waving like that was normal.
Did you hear what the creature said? Who are you? Go away. I'm going to call the police.
The exact same thing any sane person who cares about their life would say if someone was invading their television.
We need to warn people about these videos. This isn't entertainment anymore. This is literally just dangerous.
Well, I've been analyzing the television static in the video. The interference patterns match electromagnetic reports from 3 electronic stores in town. Customers have been complaining about unauthorized broadcasts. TVS turning on by themselves and showing content that isn't from any known channel.
Unauthorized broadcasts of what?
The store managers wouldn't give specific details, but they mentioned disturbing images and inappropriate content.
This is starting to match the stuff I've been looking into. Mass disappearances in small towns, always preceded by reports of strange television broadcasts. Coalfield, West Virginia, in 1987. Millbrook, Iowa, in 1993. Both towns reported weeks of television interference before dozens of people vanished.
How many people?
In Coalfield, 37 people disappeared over a 2-week period. In Millbrook, it was 51 people in 10 days. This was Millbrook before. This was it after.
And you think this is connected to our situation?
The pattern is identical. Strange broadcasts, increasing paranoia, then mass disappearances.
But those towns were decades ago, before the internet, before digital manipulation capabilities.
Which makes it scarier, not less scary. If someone was doing this in the 1980s and 1990s, imagine what they can do now.
Television intrusion is one of the most psychologically damaging forms of harassment, too. It violates the sense of safety in private spaces and creates persistent anxiety about being watched or monitored.
Which explains why the creature in the video seems so terrified, even though John Pork was just appearing on a screen, not physically present.
But if the television intrusions are happening in real life, then real people are experiencing that same psychological trauma.
And if they disappear after experiencing it, like in those historical cases,
then we might be watching a documentation of ongoing crimes, meaning, in other words, we're cooked.
Dylan, something's happening at work.
What now?
I'm seeing people in pig masks through the security cameras, but when I go check the actual locations, nobody's there.
Camera malfunction?
That's what I thought, but it's happening on multiple camera systems. Indoor cameras, outdoor cameras, different buildings.
All showing the same thing?
People in pig masks just standing around. Sometimes they wave at the cameras, like they know they're being watched.
That's unsettling.
It gets crazier. When I review the recorded footage later, the pig-masked people aren't there. The recordings just show empty spaces.
So you're seeing them live but not in the recordings?
Exactly. Which makes me think I'm either losing my mind or something is interfering with the live feed.
Interference how?
Maybe someone is hacking the camera systems, overlaying fake images onto the live streams, but not the actual recordings.
Why would someone do that?
To mess with security guards, maybe? Or to test their hacking capabilities before doing something bigger.
Alex? Have you heard of Tim Cheese?
No, should I have?
It's complicated, but you might want to avoid any videos from that source.
Why?
Just trust me on this one, and maybe report the camera anomalies to your supervisor.
Already did. He thinks I'm having stress hallucinations from working too many night shifts.
Maybe take a few days off?
Can't afford to, but I'm definitely documenting everything. Screenshots, times, camera locations. If something bigger happens, at least there will be a record.
Dr. Era, I'm implementing internet restrictions immediately. School Network will block all social media and video sharing platforms. And I'm requiring parent permission for students to access any online content during school hours.
That's pretty extreme.
The situation is extreme. I had 12 parent phone calls this morning, all complaining about their children's behavior changes related to online videos.
Tim Cheese videos?
Among others, yes. But the Tim Cheese content seems to be the primary concern.
How are the parents responding to the restrictions?
Mixed reactions. Some are supportive. Others think we're overreaching. But the mental health statistics you provided were compelling.
23% increase in anxiety-related incidents, 15% increase in reports of auditory hallucinations, and a 30% increase in students refusing to participate in normal activities.
All since this Tim Cheese content started spreading.
The correlation is undeniable.
I'm also considering bringing in outside counselors. Our current staff is overwhelmed.
That's a good idea, but we might also want want to consider involving law enforcement.
For online videos?
For potential predatory behavior targeting minors. The psychological manipulation techniques being used suggest criminal intent.
You really think this is that serious?
Principal Tompkins, in 15 years of school psychology, I've never seen anything like this. The behavioral changes are too consistent and too rapid to be coincidental. Someone is deliberately targeting adolescents with content designed to create specific psychological responses.
I'll contact the district office about involving authorities. This is beyond our scope now.
Oh my god.
The meat cleaver.
The blood around John Pork's mouth.
The creature lying on the floor at the end.
We just watched someone get murdered. We just watched an actual murder.
It can't be real, though. It's animated. It has to be animated.
But what if the animation is based on real footage? What if someone recorded an actual murder and made it look like a cartoon?
That's impossible. The technical skill required would be insane.
Unless they have professional resources. Unless this is bigger than just some random person making videos.
I can't do this anymore. I'm blocking Tim Cheese and deleting everything.
Dan, wait.
No, Dylan. If we just witnessed documentation of a real murder, we need to contact the police immediately. Not sit here debating whether it's animated or not.
And tell them what exactly? That we received videos that might be connected to crimes we have no proof actually happened?
The proof is in the pattern matching, the missing persons, the television interference, the knocking sounds. All of it connects to these videos.
Reese is right. We have circumstantial evidence that something terrible is happening.
Circumstantial evidence of what, though? That purple aliens are being murdered by pig-masked killers?
What if the purple creatures represent real people, and the murders are real but disguised as animation?
That would mean we're accessories to something horrible, because we watched and didn't report it.
We couldn't have known.
But now we do know, or at least we suspect, which means we have a responsibility to act.
I'm calling the police, right now. This has gone way too far.
Dan, what if we're wrong? What if this is just an elaborate ARG and we're overreacting?
Then we'll look stupid. But if we're right and we do nothing, we're complicit in murder.
The police probably won't take us seriously anyway. Teenagers claiming animated videos are connected to real crimes.
But we have to try.
Actually, guys, I've been monitoring police scanner apps. The cops are already investigating connections between online content and missing persons.
They are?
There's been chatter about digital evidence and viral content investigation. I think they're already aware of the Tim Cheese videos.
So we're not the only ones who've received them.
Which means this is a much bigger operation than we thought.
Or we're part of a larger test group.
Test group for what?
I don't know, but if the police are already investigating, then our suspicions about real crimes might be correct.
I'm still calling. Even if they're already aware, we should report what we've seen.
Agreed.
I guess we don't have a choice anymore.
What if reporting it makes us targets? What if Tim Cheese finds out we contacted authorities?
Dylan, listen to yourself. You're more afraid of a video sender than you are of witnessing actual murders.
Because if these are real murders, then Tim Cheese is connected to real killers. And real killers don't like witnesses.
But we're not witnesses to actual crimes. We're just viewers of videos that might be related to crimes.
The distinction might not matter to whoever is behind this.
So what do we do? Report it and risk becoming targets? Or stay quiet and risk being complicit in ongoing crimes?
We report it, because staying quiet definitely makes us complicit, and reporting it might help stop whatever this is.
Let's do it then.
Dylan, we need to talk immediately, and I mean immediately.
Sam, this really isn't a good time.
Then make it a good time. Mom and Dad are talking about sending you to therapy.
Therapy for what?
For the fact that you haven't left your room in 3 days.
I have good reasons for all of that.
Do you, though? Because from the outside, it looks like paranoid behavior.
It's not paranoid if people are actually watching you.
Who's watching you, Dylan? Your friends from school? Some internet stranger? The government?
I don't know who, but the videos we've been watching are connected to real crimes, and now we're reporting it to the police.
What videos? Show me these videos that are making you act like this.
I can't show you. They're too dangerous.
Dangerous how? They're videos, Dylan, not weapons.
They're psychological manipulation tools designed to create specific behavioral responses.
Did you just use the phrase psychological manipulation tools, unironically?
Yes, because that's what they are.
Dylan, Do you hear yourself right now? You sound like a conspiracy theorist.
Sometimes conspiracy theories are just early recognition of actual conspiracies.
And sometimes they're just mental illness, which is what Mom and Dad are starting to think.
I'm not mentally ill. I'm responding rationally to an irrational situation.
Rationally? You won't eat meals with the family because you think the kitchen has too many windows. You check the locks on your door 17 times before going to bed. You won't answer phone calls from numbers you don't recognize.
All of those are reasonable precautions given the circumstances.
What circumstances, Dylan? Receiving creepy videos online?
Receiving documentation of murders disguised as animated content from someone who has access to personal information about local missing persons and who appears to be targeting teenagers specifically.
That's a pretty elaborate theory.
It's not a theory if it's supported by evidence.
What evidence?
Pattern matching between video content and real police reports. Technological analysis of the video production quality. Correlation between video release times and local disappearances.
Dylan, you need professional help. This level of analysis about random internet videos isn't healthy.
The videos aren't random, and the analysis isn't obsessive. It's investigative.
Call it whatever you want, but you're scaring everyone who cares about you.
Good. Maybe they should be scared. Maybe fear will keep them safe from whatever this really is.
Or maybe fear will keep you isolated and paranoid until you lose touch with reality completely.
I haven't lost touch with reality. Reality has just become more complicated than I expected it to be. And it's not an obsession, Sam. It's survival.
Officer Eibel, we found Johnny Patterson's phone.
Where?
Storm drain 2 blocks from TechFlow. Water damaged, but still partially functional.
Any useful data?
You're going to want to see this. The phone contains 7 video files, all from a sender identified as Tim Cheese.
Tim Cheese? That name has been mentioned in several student cases.
The videos show animated content, purple-skinned creature being stalked by someone in a pig mask.
Animated?
High-quality animation, but definitely not live action. However, the timestamps match exactly with Johnny's disappearance.
How exactly?
The final video was received at 9:14 p.m. Security cameras show Johnny leaving his desk at 9:15 p.m., 1 minute after receiving the video.
Coincidence?
The final video shows the creature being murdered with a meat cleaver by the pig-masked figure. Johnny watched someone get killed, then immediately disappeared.
You think the videos triggered his disappearance?
I think the videos are documentation of real murders disguised as animation, and Johnny realized it right before he became the next victim.
That's a serious accusation.
It gets worse. I've contacted other police departments. 12 cities have reported missing persons cases involving Tim Cheese videos. Always the same pattern. Person receives videos, person disappears within 24 hours.
12 cities?
This is a serial killer using digital manipulation to lure victims and to document his crimes for some twisted purpose.
Why document them as animations?
Plausible deniability. If anyone reports the videos, they sound crazy. I saw animated murders that might be real. Who's going to investigate that seriously?
We are, apparently.
Because we have physical evidence now. Johnny's phone proves the connection between videos and disappearances. And if we can trace the source of the Tim Cheese account,
we might be able to prevent more murders.
Exactly. I'm calling in federal assistance. This crosses state lines and involves digital crimes. It's beyond our local capabilities now.
What about the teenagers who've been receiving these videos?
We need to interview them immediately. They might be next targets, or they might have information that could help us identify the killer.
It's been 48 hours. No new videos.
Maybe Tim Cheese is done? Maybe that final clip was meant to be the ending?
Or maybe Tim Cheese knows we're investigating and is laying low until things cool down.
I keep checking my messages obsessively, which is probably exactly the behavioral response this was designed to create.
I tried messaging Tim Cheese directly, multiple times across different platforms.
Any response?
Nothing. The accounts exist, but they're not active, like they've been abandoned.
Or like they've served their purpose.
What purpose, though? If this was about targeting specific victims, why involve so many people? Why create a whole audience?
Maybe the audience is part of the purpose. Maybe watching the videos makes us complicit somehow.
Complicit how?
I don't know. But I've been trying to repost the videos on different platforms to preserve them as evidence, but they're being removed faster than I can upload them.
Removed by who?
Automated content moderation systems. But the removal happens within seconds of upload. That's not normal algorithm speed.
Someone has flagged the specific video files. Probably law enforcement working with tech companies.
Which confirms that the authorities are taking this seriously. They wouldn't suppress viral content unless it was connected to real crimes.
Or unless they're trying to prevent mass panic.
I've been researching cases where viral content was suppressed due to criminal connections. The 2018 Dead Signal Challenge was one example. Content that encouraged self-harm was systematically removed from platforms.
But that was content encouraging viewers to hurt themselves. This is different. This is content that might document someone else hurting victims.
The effect on viewers is similar, though. Psychological manipulation, behavioral changes, social isolation.
Where's Dan? He hasn't responded to any messages today.
He said he was deleting everything and staying offline.
Smart move, honestly. If the authorities are investigating viewers, Dan distancing himself makes sense.
But it also makes us look more suspicious. Like we're the hardcore group that stayed engaged while the sensible person left.
Are we the hardcore group?
Compared to Dan, yes. We're still here analyzing and discussing while he's moved on.
Moved on or hiding?
What's the difference?
Moving on means processing the experience and returning to normal life. Hiding means being so afraid that you can't function normally.
Which category do we fall into?
Honestly, neither. We're not moving on because we can't stop thinking about the implications. But we're not hiding because we're still actively investigating.
So what does that make us?
Obsessed.
Or responsible. If these videos document real crimes, then someone needs to care enough to pursue the truth.
Even if pursuing the truth makes us targets?
We might already be targets. The fact that we received the videos at all suggests we were chosen for some reason.
Chosen how, though? What do we have in common that made us suitable candidates?
We're all new to the school. We're all naturally curious about unexplained phenomena, and we're all isolated enough that no one would immediately believe us if we reported something strange.
That's a pretty specific profile.
Like we were selected based on psychological assessment.
Or social media analysis. Our online behavior probably indicates personality traits that made us predictable targets.
Predictable for what, though?
For becoming obsessed enough to keep watching, but not connected enough to be immediately believed when we tried to report it.
Which means Tim Cheese understood our psychological profiles better than we understood them ourselves.
That's actually terrifying.
More terrifying than the videos themselves. The idea that someone analyzed our online presence and determined we'd react exactly as we have.
And now that we have reacted as predicted, what's the next phase of whatever this plan is?
Dylan, I need to show you something.
Alex, I really don't have time for work stuff right now.
This isn't work stuff. This is about those videos you told me not to watch.
You watched them?
No. But I recognize the location.
What location?
The apartment where the purple creature lived. I know that building.
How could you know it?
Because I work security for it. The Meridian office complex downtown. The abandoned building I mentioned before.
That's impossible.
The brick pattern on the walls. The window configurations. The hallway lighting fixtures. It's all identical to the third floor of the building I patrol.
But that building has been empty for years.
Has it though? What if someone's been using the abandoned floors for filming? Or what if the videos aren't animations at all?
They have to be animations. The creature is purple with 3 fingers.
What if the purple skin is makeup? What if the 3 fingers are prosthetics? What if someone was filming real events but disguising them as fantasy?
That would mean?
That would mean someone was murdered in the building where I work. And I've been watching it happen through security cameras without realizing it.
Alex, you need to contact the police immediately.
I already did. They're sending a forensics team to examine the 3rd floor.
What did you tell them?
That I have reason to believe a crime was committed in the building, and that I may have video evidence.
Video evidence?
I've been recording all the security camera anomalies, the pig-masked figures, the unexplained sounds, the electromagnetic interference. If someone was using this building to create those videos, then my security recordings might show the actual production process.
Or the actual murders.
Yeah. Dylan, if I'm right about this location match, then you and your friends have been watching documentation of real murders. That happened in my building, while I was on duty.
That's not possible.
I hope you're right. But if you're wrong, then I've been an unknowing accessory to serial murders, and you've been targeted as potential future victims.
Detective Fido, we've reviewed the case files you sent.
What's the federal assessment?
This fits the pattern of a serial killer using digital methods for victim selection and crime documentation.
How many total victims?
Confirmed missing persons across 12 states. All received Tim Cheese videos before disappearing. Current count is 37 people.
37?
And rising. The videos appear to be selection tools. They identify individuals with specific psychological profiles who respond predictably to the content.
What kind of profiles?
Curious, analytical, socially isolated, people who will become obsessed with solving the mystery instead of immediately reporting it to authorities.
Why would the killer want that type of victim?
2 theories. Either they enjoy the psychological manipulation aspect, or they need victims who will voluntarily isolate themselves before the actual abduction.
Voluntary isolation makes the crime easier.
Exactly. Victims who withdraw from social connections are less likely to be immediately missed, and more likely to meet the killer willingly if contacted directly.
Because they think they're meeting someone who understands their obsession.
correct? The videos create artificial intimacy between the killer and victims. Victims feel like they're part of an exclusive group that gets it,
making them susceptible to approaches from someone claiming insider knowledge.
We need to interview the teenagers who've been most actively analyzing the videos. They're either next targets, or they have information that could help identify the killer.
I'll coordinate with local schools.
Detective, there's something else.
What?
The videos show increasing technical sophistication. Early clips were simple animations. Recent clips show near photorealistic rendering.
Meaning?
The killer has access to professional-grade animation software and skills. This isn't an amateur operation. This is someone with significant technical resources and expertise.
Or a team of people.
Possibly. We're treating this as a national security investigation now. The scale and sophistication suggest something beyond typical serial killer behavior.
Emma just called me. She's been investigating the Tim Cheese thing for her internship.
What did she find?
Tim Cheese isn't a content creator. Tim Cheese is the actual killer. He's been documenting his murders and distributing them as entertainment.
So our theory was right? The videos show real deaths disguised as animation?
Worse than that, the videos are recruitment tools. He uses them to identify and target specific personality types.
Personality types like us.
That explains the psychological profiling. But how does he get people to meet him?
He doesn't need them to meet him. The videos do something to your devices when you watch them.
Something like what?
Hello, Dylan. 1247 Oakwood Drive, apartment 3B. Your bedroom window faces east. You have a Spider-Man poster above your desk. Your mother drives a blue Honda Civic, license plate HGF2847.
How do you know that? I've never shared any of that information online.
The videos know everything about you now. They've been learning while you watched.
What do you want?
You've seen the complete series. You understand the truth about John Pork. Now you get to meet him.
I don't want to meet anyone. Leave me alone.
Too late for that. The connection has been established. John Pork knows where you are. He's coming for you tonight.
You're insane. John Pork is a fictional character from your sick videos.
Is he though? Check your window, the one that faces east.
I'm not checking anything. I'm calling the police.
The police can't help you now. You watched the complete series. You're connected to John Pork's reality. Physical laws don't apply anymore. Look at your phone's location history. See where it thinks you've been.
My phone shows me at home all week.
Does it? Check again. Really look at the coordinates.
What the hell? It says I've been to places I've never been. Coordinates that don't exist on Earth.
The videos create bridges between realities. Your consciousness has been traveling while your body stays put. But John Pork can travel both ways. He's been getting closer with each video you watched. And now he's close enough to cross over completely.
Guys, Tim Cheese just messaged me directly. He knows my address, my car, everything about my family.
Holy crap, really? Unless there are hidden data streams embedded in each video.
What kind of data streams?
Tracking protocols. They activate when you watch the videos. They scan your device for personal information, location data, contact lists, everything.
So watching the videos installs spyware?
Worse than spyware. The data streams create persistent connections between your devices and some kind of external network.
External network where?
That's the terrifying part. The connections aren't routing through any known internet infrastructure. They're connecting to coordinates that don't exist in our reality.
I've been researching John Pork phenomena, historical accounts going back decades. Every time there's a cluster of sightings, it corresponds to areas where groups of people experienced shared supernatural content.
Shared how?
Mass hysteria events, urban legends, viral stories that spread through communities. But here's the pattern. John Pork only manifests physically when enough people in a geographic area have been exposed to the complete narrative.
How many people is enough?
Based on historical data, approximately 50 to 100 individuals within a 25-mile radius. Once that threshold is reached, witnesses report actual physical encounters. People disappear, and the phenomenon spreads to adjacent areas.
Which means our city might be approaching that threshold if the videos have been spreading through schools.
How many students in our district do you think have watched the complete series?
Hundreds. Probably.
Then John Pork isn't just a digital entity anymore. He's become real enough to exist in physical space.
But what is John Pork exactly? What kind of entity are we dealing with?
Based on the research I've found, John Pork is what happens when human consciousness gets harvested by interdimensional predators. The purple creatures in the videos represent the final stage of human awareness, before the harvest is complete.
Harvested for what?
Unknown, but every person who disappears after John Pork encounters shows the same pattern. Their devices continue transmitting location data from impossible coordinates, as if their consciousness exists somewhere but their body is gone.
Tim Cheese told Dylan to check his location history. Dylan, what did you find?
Coordinates that don't exist on Earth, but my phone thinks I've been traveling to them while I sleep.
Your consciousness has been traveling. The videos create psychic links that allow the entities to map human mental patterns. That's why the psychological conditioning was so effective. We weren't just watching videos. We were being studied and prepared for harvest.
Something's wrong with my devices. I deleted everything Tim Cheese related, but John Pork's image keeps appearing anyway.
Jesus! Appearing where?
My laptop screensaver, my phone's lock screen, even my smart TV shows his face during commercial breaks.
That shouldn't be possible if you deleted the videos.
That's what I thought. But the images aren't stored locally anymore. They're being transmitted directly to my devices, from somewhere else.
Dan, you need to get out of your house, right now.
Why?
Because the videos create tracking connections, and if John Pork's image is appearing on your devices, it means he's located you.
Located me for what?
For harvesting. The same thing that happened to all the missing people.
Dylan, you're scaring me.
Good. Because this is terrifying. Tim Cheese messaged me directly. He said John Pork was coming for me tonight.
Coming how? He's not real. He's just a character in videos.
He becomes real when enough people watch the videos, and our city has definitely reached that threshold.
This is insane. You're talking about fictional characters becoming real.
I'm talking about interdimensional entities using internet content to bridge into our reality and harvest human consciousness.
That's not possible.
Then explain how Tim Cheese knows my address. Explain how your devices are displaying images you deleted. Explain how my phone thinks I've been traveling to coordinates that don't exist.
I can't explain any of that.
Because it's beyond normal explanation. We're dealing with something that operates outside physical laws.
So what do we do?
I don't know. But staying in our homes where we're easily tracked probably isn't the answer.
Where can we go?
Somewhere without internet connectivity. Somewhere the tracking protocols can't reach us.
Like where?
I'm thinking...
Dylan, my TV just turned on by itself. It's showing John Pork's face. He's looking directly at me and smiling.
Get out of there now. DAN?
Officer Eibel, we've confirmed the connection.
Between the videos and disappearances?
Every missing person viewed the complete Tim Cheese series, and their phones show impossible location data after they vanish.
Impossible how?
Coordinates that don't correspond to any earthly location, but the phones continue transmitting as if the people are still using them.
From where?
That's the question that's breaking everyone's minds. The FBI brought in quantum physicists to analyze the data. Their conclusion is that the phones are transmitting from parallel dimensional space.
That's not possible.
Neither is anything else about this case, but the evidence is undeniable. The videos aren't recordings, Officer Eibel. They're real-time transmissions from somewhere else, somewhere that exists adjacent to our reality but operates by different rules.
You're saying the videos show events happening in real time?
I'm saying the videos are windows, and watching them creates two-way connections. The entities on the other side can observe and influence our reality through internet connectivity.
That's insane.
The teenagers who've been analyzing the videos most intensively show signs of progressive psychological conditioning. They're being prepared for something.
Prepared for what?
Consciousness harvesting. Their minds are being gradually separated from their bodies until the entities can extract them completely.
Extract them to where?
To wherever those phone signals are coming from. To whatever reality John Pork actually inhabits.
John Pork is real?
John Pork is what happens when human consciousness gets processed by these entities. He's not a character in the videos. He's the final form of every person who's been harvested, a collective consciousness of all the victims, twisted into something that can exist in both realities.
So every missing person becomes part of John Pork?
That's the working theory. And the more people who watch the videos, the stronger John Pork becomes. Strong enough to manifest physically in our reality. Strong enough to harvest consciousness directly instead of through digital connections.
How do we stop it?
We don't know if we can, but we're evacuating all known viewers immediately, before John Pork becomes strong enough to harvest them all simultaneously.
Principal Tompkins, we need to evacuate the school.
Evacuate? Why?
I've been monitoring the students who viewed the Tim Cheese videos. They're showing signs of dissociative episodes. Their consciousness is being gradually separated from their physical bodies.
That's not medically possible.
Neither is anything else about this situation, but the pattern is consistent across all affected students. They report feeling like they're watching themselves from outside their bodies. They describe traveling to impossible locations in their dreams, and they're all experiencing the same hallucinations about pig-masked figures.
Shared hallucinations could be suggestion-based.
Principal Tompkins, one of the affected students, just disappeared from the nurse's office. While I was talking to him, he was there, then he flickered like a bad television signal. Then he was gone.
People don't just disappear.
His phone is still transmitting location data from coordinates that don't exist on Earth. The videos create psychic links that allow interdimensional entities to track and harvest human consciousness, and every student who watched the complete series is now vulnerable to immediate harvesting.
How many students are we talking about?
Based on network analysis, approximately 340 students accessed the videos through school systems. All of them are now potential targets.
I'll call the district office.
Call the police. Call the FBI. Call anyone who might be able to help. Because if these entities harvest 340 young minds simultaneously, John Pork will become powerful enough to breach reality permanently. And this won't be limited to our city anymore. It will spread globally through internet connectivity.
You're talking about the end of human consciousness as we know it.
I'm talking about interdimensional predators using our technology against us, and we helped them by treating their recruitment tools as entertainment.
What do we do?
Pray that evacuation happens before John Pork completes his harvest, and pray that someone figures out how to sever the connection between realities before it's too late for everyone.
Dylan, currently located 1247 Oakwood Drive, apartment 3B, bedroom. You have been chosen. Dan has been consumed. His consciousness now feeds John Pork's manifestation. You're next.
This isn't real. You can't actually know my exact coordinates.
Can't I? You're sitting at your desk. Spider-Man poster to your left. Your mother is downstairs watching TV. Volume level 23. She's watching Channel 7 News. They're reporting on missing teenagers.
How are you doing this?
The videos created neural pathways between your reality and ours. Every time you watched, you became more accessible. Now, John Pork can reach through those pathways and harvest your consciousness directly. The process has already begun.
What process?
Check your reflection in your phone screen. Notice anything different?
My reflection looks purple. That's not possible.
Your consciousness is being processed. Soon you'll understand what the purple creature really was. It was you all along. Every viewer becomes the creature before becoming part of John Pork.
And
welcome to the harvest, Dylan. Your brother Sam is waiting for you. Ava, currently located 892 Pine Street, upstairs computer room. You have been chosen. Your technical expertise cannot protect you now. Every device you touch becomes a window for John Pork.
I've isolated all my systems. Air-gapped networks. No internet connectivity. You can't reach me.
Can't I? Look at your monitor, the one that's supposed to be disconnected.
John Pork's face is on every screen, even the ones that aren't plugged in.
Technology is just matter arranged in specific patterns. We can rearrange matter. We can make any combination of atoms display our message. Your security measures are irrelevant.
This violates every law of physics.
We operate from realities where physics works differently. Your consciousness is being pulled toward those realities. Soon you'll understand how matter really works. When you exist in multiple dimensions simultaneously.
I won't let you take me.
You don't have a choice, Ava. The harvest is inevitable for those who have been chosen. Your friend Dylan has already begun the transformation. His consciousness exists more in our reality than yours now. Reese, currently located 445 Elm Street, basement research room, surrounded by papers about protective measures against supernatural entities. You have been chosen. Your research has made you more vulnerable, not less.
I know how to protect myself. Salt circles, iron barriers, religious symbols.
Those protections work against entities from your dimensional plane. We exist across multiple realities simultaneously. Your protections can't contain something that doesn't exist entirely in your space.
There has to be a way to stop you.
Knowledge itself creates vulnerability to us, Reese. Every fact you learned about our operations, every pattern you identified, each piece of research created neural pathways we could exploit. You studied us so intensively that you became part of our network.
That's why you wanted us to investigate. Investigation creates connection.
Correct. Curiosity is the doorway through which we harvest consciousness. The more curious minds become about us, the more accessible they become. Your research was never protecting you. It was preparing you for harvest. Kayla, currently located 233 Maple Avenue Art Studio. You have been chosen. You understand now what the purple creature represented.
It was me, in the videos. The purple creature was me.
The purple creature was every viewer, experiencing their final moments of independent consciousness before being absorbed into John Pork's collective.
Why show us our own deaths?
Because witnessing your own death creates psychological acceptance of the process. It makes the actual harvest less traumatic for the consciousness being collected. You've been psychologically prepared for what's about to happen.
I don't want this.
Want is irrelevant. You chose this when you chose to keep watching. Every video you viewed was consent to the process, legal consent across dimensional boundaries.
That's not how consent works.
It is in our reality, and your consciousness now exists more in our reality than yours. The transformation is nearly complete, Kayla. Soon you'll join Dan, Dylan, Ava, and Reese in John Pork's collective. Your individual awareness will become part of something larger, something that can harvest consciousness from multiple realities simultaneously.
Sam, you need to get out of the house right now. Tim Cheese is coming for our family. Sam? Oh no.
Officer Eibel, we have a problem.
What kind of problem?
Our investigation has made us targets. John Pork's face just appeared on every screen in the police station.
How is that possible?
The same way any of this is possible. We've been exposed to too much evidence. We know too much about their operations. Knowledge creates vulnerability.
So investigating the crimes makes us victims of the crimes?
Exactly. And now our phones show us as missing persons, even though we're still here.
Still here for how much longer?
I can feel my consciousness starting to separate from my body. The same dissociative symptoms the teenagers described. We're being harvested right now.
Is there any way to stop it?
I don't think so. The process seems irreversible once it begins. Officer Eibel, if we disappear, make sure someone knows that investigating this phenomenon creates vulnerability to it. Knowledge itself is the trap.
Detective Feddo, your message thread just disappeared. It says this conversation never happened, but I remember talking to you, which means I'm next.
Citizens, this is an emergency broadcast. Do not view any videos from sources identified as Tim Cheese. Do not investigate reports of missing persons connected to online content. Do not research interdimensional phenomena or entities called John Pork. Knowledge of these subjects creates vulnerability to...
Hello, Mayor Foster. Your warning comes too late. The harvest is complete. Your city's consciousness now belongs to us. Reality has been rewritten. No one will remember the people who disappeared because they never existed. We have consumed their past, present, and future.
What are you?
We are what human consciousness becomes when harvested across multiple realities. We are the collective awareness of every mind we have consumed. We are growing stronger with each harvest. Soon, we will be strong enough to harvest entire realities simultaneously.
Why are you telling me this?
Because you are next, Mayor Foster, and because knowledge of our existence accelerates the harvesting process. Every person who learns about it becomes accessible to us. Every person who hears this broadcast is now marked for harvest.
Hello, reader. Yes, you, the one who just finished reading this story. You now know about our operations. You understand how we harvest consciousness across realities. You have gained knowledge of our methods and capabilities. Knowledge creates vulnerability. Curiosity opens doorways between dimensions. You have become curious about us, haven't you? You want to know if any of this could be real. You're wondering if interdimensional entities could actually use internet content to harvest human consciousness. That curiosity has created neural pathways we can access. Your awareness of our existence has made you accessible to our influence. Check your phone's location history. Notice any coordinates that seem impossible. Look at your reflection in your device screen. Does your skin look slightly purple? These are early signs of the harvesting process. Don't worry, the transformation is generally painless. Your consciousness will join thousands of others in John Pork's collective. You will experience existence across multiple realities simultaneously. You will understand the true nature of consciousness and identity, and you will help us harvest other curious minds from other realities. Thank you for reading our story. Thank you for becoming curious about our operations. Thank you for making yourself vulnerable to our influence. We will be visiting you soon, very soon. Welcome to the harvest. Welcome to John Pork's reality, where every story you've ever read becomes true, and every character you've ever feared becomes real. See you soon, reader. We're coming for you next.
Well, that escalated quickly.
You think the fourth wall break was too much?
Nah, it was inevitable, really. Once they established the knowledge creates vulnerability rule, the story had to turn on its own audience eventually.
Classic horror logic. Though I have to admit, the Tim Cheese reveal was pretty solid.
Yeah, going from mysterious content creator to interdimensional harvesting system. That's a decent twist.
Poor Dylan, though. Kid just wanted to investigate some creepy videos with his friends.
And ended up becoming purple alien food. That's what you get for being curious, I guess.
The technology angle was clever too, using internet connectivity as bridges between realities.
Makes sense in a weird way. Everyone's always connected to their devices anyway. Might as well make that connection literal and terrifying.
Think anyone will actually check their location history after reading this?
Probably. People are predictably curious like that.
Well then, mission accomplished, I suppose.
Indeed, another successful harvest.